Hello, hello, hello. What's new, Card Crew? And welcome back to another episode of CGC Cards Card Connection, your favorite, hopefully, weekly live show for everything new and to do with our favorite hobby. So how's everyone doing here tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, chat. How are you all doing? Yep, getting started here Mondays at 8 p.m. Brad, how are you? Hello, hello, Shannon. Italo, Las Vegas Collectibles, Collector Fit, welcome in, welcome in. How's everyone's weekend? Last week, busy release week with Topps Chrome Baseball. I know I was busy at work, but how is everybody doing? How's everybody doing? We've got some fun announcements to recap from the past week or so here for episode 21 here this evening. Last week for episode 20, we talked about, of course, the rollout of the CGC X JSA signature authentication. We'll do a retouch up upon that this week as well, but some more news going on for events we've got going on this week's big shows across the industry. San Diego Comic-Con and the National Sports Collectors Convention coming up this weekend. Have some updates on CGC's presence at both of those for all of you. And also we'll be talking about the full rollout of CGC Cards Signature Series, as well as some new holder sizes and new cards that we grade at CGC Cards. But let's kick off our show here by talking about CGC Cards around the world, catching up for all of you who are going to different events, letting you know where you can find CGC cards around the world at all of these different industry trade shows. But as I was just mentioning, this weekend, San Diego Comic-Con and the National Sports Collectors Convention, I believe that is the 44th national show this weekend. But those are taking place San Diego Comic-Con July 25th through the 28th, and for the National, that'll be July 24th through the 28th. So National starting this Wednesday, and San Diego Comic-Con starting this upcoming Thursday here in July 2024. But CGC will be accepting comics, cards, video game, and home video drop-off submissions at both of these shows. And at the National, CGC Cards will be doing on-site card grading. So a quick refresh for all of you who might have missed in the past. We went over the pricings for on-site grading. This is the chart here. You can also find more information about San Diego Comic-Con and the National by using some commands and chats. For more San Diego news, you can use !SDCC. And for the National, you can use !NSCC to get more information. And for the National, that'll take you, of course, to the page, including this chart here, if you'd like some more information for bulk, economy, standard, express, and walkthrough grading on site at the National. And then another newly announced show coming up at the beginning of August. We do have Fanatics Fest, where CGC will be on site at the Jacob K. Javits Convention Center in New York City, New York, August 16th through 18th, 2024, of course. And there will be on-site card grading at that event as well. Make sure y'all stay tuned for more information coming soon. Should be more news about that
coming after the National and San Diego Comic-Con conclude this weekend. So I know Fanatics Fest around the corner, beginning of August. Well, I suppose middle of August, August 16th to the 18th. But stay tuned for some more information regarding on-site grading at that event in the coming weeks. In the official announcement, I'll give you guys the full breakdown of news when we get there. Then also for more events in August, Fan Expo Canada taking place in Toronto, August 22nd through the 25th. CGC will be accepting cards, comics, magazines, and home video take-home submissions there at the show through Grosvenor Distribution. And the German Cards and Collectibles Show clocking in right at the end of August, August 35th through September 31st through September 1st in Frankfurt, Germany. CGC Cards will be on site accepting submissions there as well. Alrighty, let me move this graphic out of the way. Whoop. There we go. And time to get into our news and updates for the week. Oop, wrong button there. News and announcements. Some big news regarding CGC holders. So we do have newly introduced jumbo holders. We'll talk about those first. Let me bring up my nice little graphic here. Boop. The news that's too big to hide, CGC Cards goes jumbo with a few of the different sizes that CGC Cards now offers for grading on these jumbo holders. So if you'd like to learn more about the vintage sports new sizes and the jumbo card holders, use command !holders in chat, and you'll get the link to both of the new official announcements. But announced earlier last week, collectors can now submit their favorites oversized Pokemon, Marvel, and sports cards, as well as other jumbo cards, for authentication, grading, and encapsulation. So perhaps due to some people's surprise, I do want to emphasize that these are a different kind of holder than these ones, like for cards. Here, more new example of the new label. Here with the card holder. So it is more similar to the paper money guarantee, PMG. Those styles of holders. It is a state-of-the-art holder for banknotes with paper money guarantee, and CGC Cards has created a soft plastic holder tailored for jumbo cards. Holder can be used horizontally and vertically and comes in 2 different sizes for jumbo cards. There is the one for cards sized up to 5x7 and one for cards sized up to 6x9 to try and cover the different eras and types of jumbo cards for encapsulation. So these are not thick like the trading cards. They are more of a thin plastic kind of mylar, similar to the PMG notes, which if you visit a CGC booth at an event, for example, this weekend, if you're going to Comic-Con in San Diego or the National, you can swing by, and CGC will often display different samples of different items that we grade. So you can see what the VHS tape holders look like, what the video game holders, you can see cards, comics, and as well as shows that I've been to, you can see samples from PMG as well to get you a feel on what these oversized jumbo card holders for cards like this, if you're a Pokemon fan, or as you can see, like jumbo box loaders, tin bonuses for those jumbo sports cards. Like we have that flagship baseball Vlad Jr. here on display on the screen, a DC card. I've also seen jumbo hockey cards. You can get them in like tins and such. So definitely, I know my experience, I've had a hard time storing jumbo cards. Like this has just been chilling. No sleeve, no top loader for I want to say about 15 years or so. Definitely a great contender to get encapsulated and protected here. But as I said, 2 different sizes, up to 5x7 for one design. I'm assuming that's what that Pikachu card jumbo is. And then up to 6x9. So 2 different styles there. And then for vintage holders, let me show you an example for our new vintage sized. If I can get an image pulled up real quick. Uh-oh, looks like I lost that tab from earlier. 1 second. But also now fits like a glove. CGC has introduced new holders for vintage cards, including T206s. So let me save that image here of this speaker to be able to show all of you. Okay, here we go. So new vintage sports sizes. We have T206 and other sizes as well. I'll leave this on screen for you all to look at. But for sports, CGC Cards is pleased to introduce new holders for vintage sports cards. These new holders are tailored to the unique sizes of many cards that previously required an insert to be safely encapsulated. Sometimes you would see sleeves in CGC holders to keep the cards from sliding around, especially on more tobacco style or mini sized cards. But now, for many card sizes that were less frequently encapsulated, we use sleeves that were encapsulated within the holders to secure the card in place. New custom sized holders means that there's not a sleeve to obstruct the clarity of the holders. And the holder is designed to better fit non-standard card sizes while still seamlessly stacking with standard CGC holders. So they are still the size that you are used to for trading cards, but the insert is differently sized. So submitters, you don't need to do anything new when submitting. You don't have to do anything differently if you're submitting some vintage cards that are different, non-standard size. The CGC Cards team automatically selects the appropriate holder when encapsulating cards. And just to let you know, some sleeves will be continued to use in a limited number of cases, but we do have the T206 size as well as some other sizes. So make sure you all are using the command. Take a look. Also have an example of the 1933 Gaudy set. We do have new size holders for those as well. But more images on the different size holders available in that official press release article, including this one. If you want to take a look, go ahead and use command holders in chat, as I mentioned. Let's see, different size here on the insert. holding that card. Still regular size though on the slab itself. So yes, good news. Some good new releases from us, new press releases from us this week. A lot of announcements going up into San Diego Comic-Con and the National, so make sure you guys are keeping up to date. I'm doing my best to let you guys know about all the new happenings here at CGC. So big news with the jumbo holders and as well as the new size slabs for vintage sports cards. Alrighty, let's get that out of the way real quick. Boop. Back to our national discussion. So, as I mentioned last week, CGC Cards will be at the 44th National Sports Collectors Convention in Cleveland, Ohio this upcoming weekend. We are going to be at booth number 6016. So swing by the CGC Cards booth to drop off for on-site grading, drop off for take-home grading submissions, as well as a grading competition, meet the grader, awesome prizes, giveaways, surprise guests, all kinds of stuff. So you're going to want to swing by the booth, see what we've got going on. A lot of going on activities. Grading competition looks like a lot of fun. I'm getting a lot of FOMO for not being able to attend this year. But I'm excited to look at a lot of social media pictures, although I'll be bitter at home in my apartment. Looking at everyone having fun at the National this upcoming weekend. But just to reiterate, on-site grading submissions are accepted on a first-come, first-served basis. If we do reach capacity for the show, as space is limited, attendees are encouraged to submit at the start of the show, so that way you get your submissions dropped off as soon as possible for us to get started on them. And if we do run out of space, they will be done for take-home submissions at no additional cost. But we may run out of physical ability to grade cards at the show. We're expecting a lot of people, so we just want to get that out there. Drop off as soon as you can because space is limited for those on-site grading activities. And learn more about our presence at the National by again using that command NSCC in chat. And then talking about San Diego Comic-Cons, actually be having some fun giveaways at our San Diego Comic-Con booth. We have these Blind Owl packs, which let me bring these up. The article, when I first saw it, I thought it said Blind AI, but it's Blind Owl are the packs. It is a collaboration with Marvel. Did you know that the new Deadpool versus Wolverine movie, or Deadpool and Wolverine, releases this Friday, the 26th? I did not realize it was coming so soon. That explains why we saw a new trailer recently, but I've been staying away to avoid any spoilers whatsoever. So that snuck up on me. I didn't realize it, but in an epic collaboration that's sure to get fans slicing and dicing their way to San Diego Comic-Con, CGC and Marvel are teaming up to release limited edition Blind Owl exclusive collectible jumbo card packs. So these are jumbo cards here. The CGC exclusive Blind Owl packs, a nod to Deadpool's lovable yet long-suffering housemate, will be only available at CGC booths number 901 and 4315 at San Diego Comic-Con. So to get one of these packs here, simply submit 3 collectibles to CGC for grading, but supplies are limited to the first 450 submissions each day. So again, if you're attending San Diego Comic-Con, you want some free packs of cards with your drop-off submissions, make sure to do it early because we are limiting to the first 450 submissions each day. And then also for the first 500 people that drop off a jumbo card for grading, you also get this limited edition pin. So to encourage you all to go ahead and submit your jumbo cards for grading as well. Once you drop off your submissions, crack your packs, then you can drop off your jumbo cards as well to get this free pin. So split a Blind Owl card for grading and you'll receive the super exclusive BFF 10 pin. So collectible pin with drop-off submissions. But again, limited to the first 500 as well. So don't waste time, don't delay. If you want the super cool CGC and Marvel collaboration items, cards, and the pin, make sure you visit us at San Diego Comic-Con booths 901 or 4315. Limited edition, first 450 per day. But all right. Want to make sure mention that. That's cool. That's cool. I wish you could get that necklace. I wonder if that'll be a future release of some sort of merchandise. I like that mock-up there. It looks cute. I would wear that. Alrighty, let me put that away. We still have some more fun things to talk about. I do want to touch up a refresher on that CGC x JSA announcement from last week, since it was super big news, the authentic autograph encapsulation. So as of July 15th, collectors can now submit autograph cards for authentication by JSA, engraving and encapsulation by CGC Cards in one seamless solution. So Autograph cards certified by CGC and JSA will be encapsulated with the new and distinctive CGC X JSA Authentic Autograph label, featuring both brand names and authentic autograph in a yellow, a color that has been long used by CGC to indicate genuine signatures, very reminiscent of the Signature Series label, which we will talk about quite shortly. But CGC and JSA combined services include autograph grading on request, with the autograph grade displayed prominently on the front of the label inside the cards grade and description. So you can also specify a card minimum grade, and if your card meets or exceeds it, it will receive a numeric grade. However, if your card's below the minimum grade, it can receive the authentic AU designation only for those autograph cards. So all you need is a free account to submit, and don't forget about the discounts for paid members. Associates and premium members save 10%, and elite members save 20% off of submissions. There's no additional cost for autograph grading for cards submitted through the CGC X JSA certification. But do want to move on into another big announcement on top of those holders from this week. CGC Signature Series is having its full rollout for conventions. Let me go ahead and put up a new slab here. This is the one I had locked and loaded. This is the one in the thumbnail. Super cool looking Todd McFarlane Spider-Man Signature Series here. I'll let that kind of lurk over my shoulder. But on 7/19, Certified Collectibles Group announced that its industry-leading CGC Signature Series Witnessed Autograph Certification Service is now available for CGC cards. So this is the full launch of Signature Series for CGC cards, with previous offerings for the trading card collectors being extremely limited in comparison. Used to be specific events. We talked about that Joe Jusko signing, private signing send-in, which the deadline for receiving is by tomorrow, so I took it off of our discussion list for tonight, because unless you overnight it, not going to get there in time, unfortunately. But now rolling out at conventions, you do Signature Series as well. So with the launch of CGC Signature Series for cards, collectors of trading card games, sports cards, and non-sports cards can now have 100% certainty of authenticity of their autographs because they are witnessed by an authorized CGC representative. So this is different from the CGC X JSA. CGC Signature Series is staying tried and true to its personal branding with being CGC witnessed signatures only. So while JSA provides expert authentication services for already autographed items, CGC Signature Series witnesses signings with an unbroken chain of custody from the signer through to grading and encapsulation. So together, these services represent the hobby's most complete suite of authentication and grading services for autographed collectibles. So yes, there is a difference between the Signature Series offering and the CGC X JSA autograph authentication. Just like the CGC X JSA authentication, there's no additional cost for grading witness signatures on cards. You can also specify a minimum grade for both the card and the autograph when submitting for CGC Signature Series services. And if you specify the card minimum and it meets or exceeds it, you'll get that numeric grade. If not, you'll get that AU designation only as well. So if you'd like to learn more about the new shiny Signature Series events, signings, all of that jazz, go ahead and use the command Signature Series. I've updated that link from just being about the Jesco signing to our new announcements regarding CGC Signature Series full launch. Man, so many announcements just in time for our biggest shows of the year, Comic-Con and the National. Although I wonder with Fanatics Fest becoming, Fanatics coming out strong, amazing guests. I'll be very excited to see our Signature Series cards from Fanatics Fest as well. Henrik Lundqvist attending there. That would be my number one guest on the list that I would like to meet if I were attending Fanatics Fest. Legendary goalie from the New York Rangers. But a lot of super awesome guests, and I'm super excited to see these beautiful yellow Signature Series designations. And of course, I don't have an example here, but if you click out that article, you can see more images. But pristine 10s as well with that other golden 10 label. Can't wait to see those. Best of luck, everyone submitting at those events. Another big news out of CGC Shanghai is that CGC is now grading in Shanghai full-time as of July 16th. So after 3 successful on-site grading events, CGC Cards will meet the high demand for its expert authentication and grading services in China with full-time card grading in Shanghai at even more affordable prices. So full-time grading in Shanghai will be conducted by a team consisting of graders who have relocated from CGC Cards' headquarters in Sarasota, Florida, and local trained graders. So this ensures that the CGC Cards grading team stays consistent with its global standards while also recognizing China's local talents and the nuances of the Chinese card collecting hobby. So to learn more about CGC Cards in Shanghai and the Shanghai team, the new fee schedule, and how to submit through the Shanghai office, use the command China. Man, so much of our news this week dedicated to big announcements from CGC. I barely had enough time to go ahead and find some other hobby news for all of you. But one thing that came across my feed this morning that I wanted to touch on, something I didn't realize was going down, but the Calgary Flames for hockey have announced a new arena, replacing the Saddle Dome, that iconic, I guess you would say, architecture fixture in Calgary, Canada. But yes, the Calgary Flames have announced a new arena, Scotia Place, that should be making its full debut, full working arena existence, as well as an entertainment center. That should be ready to go, locked and loaded for 2027, after which the Saddle Dome will be demolished. Kind of sad to see that go. But I thought that was very interesting to let you all know this week. Some brand new hockey news, fresh off the presses, announced today, Monday, July 22nd. Scotia, interesting, like Nova Scotia, Scotia Place. My Canadian card should be revoked. I can't pronounce locations. But thank you, Acorn. Appreciate the update and correction there. But yes, I don't know, I've never even been to the Saddle Dome, and I feel like it's sad to see it go, but definitely was in need of an update. I suppose it'll be kind of like whenever Tropicana Field finally goes. Like, I've been so used to seeing the Trop in my life as someone from Tampa Bay, and yet it's a dump and should get fixed. But that's a whole different issue. It's a whole different issue. How about those Montreal Expo Devil Rays? Always the rumor. Always the rumor. Oh, man. Wish I had some more interesting baseball talk to chat with all of you, but I still get all those new Trop versus no Trop emails every day. I didn't sign up for them, and yet I still get them, so we have no information on that kind of new stadium information, but Scotia Place, coming to Calgary, 2027. Alrighty. Finally, we've covered our news and announcements, and it's time to talk about new releases and last week in review. So big baseball release last week. Topps Chrome Baseball 2024 dropped on July 17th with regular hobby boxes, retail release, jumbo hobby boxes, and Breaker's Delights, exclusively featuring a set of Legends autographs. Topps really took a lot of people by surprise by showcasing superfractors of Sandy Koufax and other legendary baseball players. However, unfortunately, we're only inserted into those Breaker's Delight boxes. I unfortunately don't have any Topps Chrome to open up and share with all of you here today, but hopefully we'll get back to our new releases and box previews in the future, perhaps even by next week. We'll see about that. But why don't we talk about some upcoming releases? Despite having big trade shows this week, we still have several new releases coming out this week. Wednesday, July 24th, we have UEFA Club Competitions Chrome Soccer from Topps. We also have Upper Deck Allure Hockey. We have Upper Deck Marvel Beginnings Volume 2 Series 2 releasing this upcoming Wednesday. And then for Friday, 7/26, should be having 2023-24 Panini Prism Copa America Soccer, arriving a little bit late, unfortunately. However, arriving perfectly on time. 2024 Topps Chrome US Olympics and Paralympics Hopefuls, featuring some awesome cards in there, waiting for the full checklist to drop as of the time I am streaming this right now, but very much so looking forward to some swimming cards. Hopefully we'll get new Michael Phelps autos. We see at least his likeness on some of the inserts and base cards, but also Katie Ledecky cards for the first time. Definitely going to be some big chases. Two, I believe, both of them being in the top 15 athletes of the past 100 years in that controversial ESPN list that dropped last week. Although having Michael Phelps at number 1 with the amount of gold medals he's won, I really can't complain too much. Alrighty. with that does wrap off our news for this week, and it is time to go ahead and jump right on into our community spotlight. I have a couple of awesome cards to showcase from all of you guys out there submitting to us on social media. Want to go ahead and start off by showing this gorgeous Japanese Mew card by Ichiban1 exclamation point at Ichiban_TCG on Instagram. They also wrote for this gorgeous pristine 10 Japanese shiny Mew that I love when Pokemon has fun with their art on their cards. The little doodles of all the Pokemon are so cute, and I have to agree. Love this design. I've actually never pulled this card in person. I've only seen pictures of it. I've never opened one myself, but I do love the little doodles. Here on the bottom of the card, we can see the little Poliwhirl inside the lake. We've got an Oddish running around in the background. Super cute. And nice pickup on that one, Ichiban TCG. Beautiful card, beautiful card. And then, cool Marvel card here. I know we've talked about, well, we looked at some Marvel with that image of that Todd McFarlane Spider-Man Signature Series card, but I wanted to go ahead and show off this awesome Black Suit Spidey here. 2015 Marvel Fleer Retro 5 Spider-Man Michael Zeck autograph is a CGC 9 mint. Card number 5 there, I'm assuming here, for RMS Collects at RMS Collects on Instagram. But thank you so much, RMS, for sharing another awesome Marvel card with us, and thank you so much everyone who posts and tags us on Instagram. That is where I find the most images. That is the social media I would say that I use the most outside of just lurking on other platforms. But in terms of where I'm actually engaging and posting my own content outside of YouTube, Instagram is where I find most of these posts. But thank you so much for tagging CGC Card, sharing, and of course to both Ichiban, TCG, and RMS Collects for letting me share these posts and images of these awesome cards with all of you out there watching here today. But speaking of sharing with everyone, if you would like to share with us, don't be afraid to reach out. If you have questions, comments, I already said questions, suggestions, or cards to share, go ahead and reach out at cardconnection at cgccards.com for our email. You can reach out to at CGC Cards on social media as well. If you use the command socials in chat, you can get the list of all of CGC Cards social media, the TikTok, Facebook, X, Twitter, Schwitter, whatever abbreviation people go by now, Instagram, and other platforms as well. Like I said, use command socials in chat so you can follow us on your preferred social media platform, get all the new updates, and see a lot of cool cards each and every day. But with that, I think that has covered everything for me to discuss with you here today. Another bit of a shorter episode, about half hour, but we had a lot of CGC news, Signature Series full rollouts, the jumbo holders for trading cards and sports cards, non-sports cards, and of course those new vintage sports sized regular standard inserts inside of the slabs. Fun stuff, fun stuff, fun stuff. A lot to talk about. More of an informative episode. No openings, unfortunately, this week, but like I said, hoping to get back into that next week or the week after, hopefully by the latest. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Shannon in chat saying, Allie, this was a chock full show of CGC goodness. And thank you for hanging out, everyone, enjoying the show. If you did enjoy the show, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button. And to see more from us, make sure you subscribe. Lots of fun video announcements as well for the articles that I linked for all of you in chats. You can watch the videos as well here on the channel. And also grade school as well. That is my personal favorite to tune into. If you want to learn a little bit more about how to evaluate the conditions of your cards and also to know what CGC is looking for when you send your cards in for the encapsulation, grading, authentication process, make sure you check out our YouTube videos. But for that does it for me here today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Take care and have a great week. If you're traveling to any of the shows this weekend, the National or San Diego Comic-Con, safe travels, and I hope you all will join us again next Monday. Bye-bye.